Now officially underway. The starting goaltenders will be coming up here in just a moment. As we are officially underway, folks, McPhee back with it inside his own zone. He's going to look for his options. He's just going to chip that up off the wall. Inside the zone now as Fuller's upended. Down in the corner now, Prince. Fire that around for McPhee. McPhee will walk in behind his own now looking for his options. Indirect pass off the boards. Now up the ice, two on two rather, coming now. It's back down low. They fight forward in behind the net here. South Shore now with a dangerous pass through the middle. Brendan O'Donnell out there now on the forecheck. There's a big hit there, and we're going to have our first penalty of the game. And that's one of those plays, Mr. Dixon, where maybe when you played probably wasn't.
Neck snaps back. It's kind of like a automatic now, same as if you slash and break the stick. So
it's kind of one of those penalties that calls themselves here, as exactly. You see the head cock back. But as a smaller guy myself, I would have loved to have that penalty back in the day.
Yeah,
but here we are up in the booth. So first power play opportunity here for the Mustangs early on. As now that puck's going to be ripped the length of the ice. We got a very expensive block shot down there, a $400 sacrificial play, and got to hope that that sticks under warranty so they can return that one. Now the Mustangs are away. That pass up off the skates of Peverell. Now he's upended into the wall there, feet first. Looks like he's going to be okay, though, as the Subarus try and clear. Stevens will whack that on the backhand. That'll get down the ice. So now Cook's going to go back here for the Mustangs. Cook, a couple shoulder checks there. He's pressed from behind, so he's going to be funneled out the other side. He reverses that back for Crotty, but that's out of the reach of the captain there. So the Mustangs now looking to get going now as Poplinski had that knocked off his stick, so the Subarus are going to end up back down inside their zone. Doucette away now. So he's going to work his way up the ice right down through Broadways. He's going to chip that inside the blue line, but that is stopped as on his way in. 50 seconds left to go here in the man advantage as the Subarus will clear the puck once again. It's the goaltender Muse here starting for the Mustangs. He'll flip that around the other side. It's now O'Donnell. That would be Owen O'Donnell. Few of those here you'll hear tonight. So Mustangs can't get much going here on their first power play opportunity into the last 30 seconds of this man advantage now as Fuller will get that in. McPhee back. Prince as well. Him run that around the other side. Arnold there to maintain. Arnold picking up some extra hardware here this season. He's the top scorer here for the Mustangs. Now is a 2-on-0 down in front. And a pass back door. Wasn't able to connect there as Nolan McKay was wide open in the back door. Now we're down to our last 5 seconds here of the man advantage. It's one leg over the bench here already, ready to return. And that's going to do it here. 0 for 1 on the power play so far are the Mustangs. And now an opportunity there just as the penalty expired, but a big save there from Muse as he gets his first touch of the game. Now the Mustangs are back the other way. Barnes chipped off the wall. Kavanaugh, Makinen, a Moosehead's draft pick down the left side. He's going to take a shot there. Muse with the save. The rebound comes free. Makinen back on it. Back up top for Manders. Manders shot there, and that's going to be gloved by Muse. And a big kill here for the Subarus, and they get right back to business. The penalty kill there.
Yeah.
And
so hopefully, well, for them, they want to keep that going, right? And,
keep the momentum swinging.
Yeah, the goalie here looks very confident, though. Makes
yes,
a nice save.
He certainly does, and he's faced a lot of rubber this year. It's the South Shore Mustangs team, the second last place in the standings, which means absolutely zilch at this point in the game. I think we can all agree on that. Playoffs is a whole different bird. So the Mustangs now are going to keep that deep. It's going to be ripped around the other side. O'Connell not able to get there in time. It's going to be pushed back. Errant pass there is O'Connell. Now he'll fire it back to his D-man. Up the ice they go. A little chip pass through the middle. Now it's going to be picked up here by the Mustangs as Curtin. Curtin down the left side. He'll chip and go. Cantwell will bump into him. Curtin continuing on now. A pass out front there as it gets away from everybody. As O'Donnell looking to get off to the races there. As now Burke, Brady Burke, the second leading scorer here for the Subarus, in on the forecheck. And clean slate here for all these teams. So looking to get their first points on the board and get off to a running start. A little bit of a day behind delay here, but an extra day to rest those legs. And now we're officially underway here for the Phil Herrick Cup. He's a man that did a lot for this league over the course of his time. And if you're a person that's been following for a long time, you certainly know the name.
Put a lot of years in.
Phil Herrick corner down there in Cole Harbour Place is what I think of right away. Be pushed down now. The breakout pass. Curtin turns, fires that blindly. McPhee is just going to cross corner dump, but it hits the back end of Crotty. Now the loose puck's going to be pushed through the slot area. Now out into the neutral zone we go. And that's just going to be a soft chip in there. Great dump there, as that gives the forecheckers plenty of time to get in there as Muse comes out to disrupt things. And a goalie that can play the puck will really slow things down on the forecheck. It's an opportunity here for the Subarus at the side of the net, but aren't able to get a shot off. Now as Sullivan's away here for the Mustangs. Sullivan through the middle. And that's going to be red line and deep. As Prince back for it here. He'll rim it around the other side. O'Donnell. Now is back up to the right side point. Shot there. That's blocked along the way. Now a chip pass for the middle. Maybe a break here for Evans. But Doucette now an opportunity. Once again, chip pass in the middle. Shot there. Oh, and a glove save by Muse. And maybe the best opportunity for the Subs early on. That's the name of the game here for this one. Back to the point. Manders. Shot there, tip. That goes wide. So they try and get out of the zone now as Poplinski in behind his own net. He's going to rim that back around the other side, looking for Fuller. That gets out of his reach. Now shot towards the net, tipped wide. Popinski back on it. LeBlanc in there as well. We're back up to the point. Sanford shot there. They're looking for that maybe pass or chip at the side of the net there, but the Mustangs are back the other way. So they're going to chip that inside the zone. Icing waved off. Manders back for it here for the Subarus. He'll hit the brakes with Cannon on him. And that's going to be soft chipped out. Nice safe play out to the neutral zone. Keep the puck away from your net. It's a good recipe for not allowing goals. As now Poplinski is going to indirectly bounce that off the wall. Arnold, an opportunity there. Now the Subs use a Chukwu. He's going to use his speed, try to make a pass, but fanned on it. And now an opportunity here for Makinen. In all alone to the forehand, backdoor pass. Oh, and a good defensive play there from the Mustangs defender to disrupt that puck just enough, as they weren't able to get that point-blank opportunity off the stick in time. As we're now 13-17 left to go here in the first. Dangerous pass there. But it's going to find Peveril. Peveril up for Garber. Garber, a little chip there. He's going to have a 2-on-1 for me here. Garber blows a tire, tries to center it there. He's looking for Barnes. And the old sniper in the rink got another victim out there.
The old banana peel.
The old Mario Kart reference there. Now another opportunity here for Makinen as he fights through traffic. Makinen shot there. Another save by Muse. He kicks the rebound aside. Nice stretch pass through the middle off the skate to Garber. Barnes isn't going to take any chances. He'll get that in deep. That's stopped by the goaltender in behind the net. Subarus trying to get out of their zone. Follow the bouncing puck here as O'Donnell now has an opportunity. Good stick lift there from the Captain Crotty as he was able to disrupt that Subarus player long enough for that puck to get to his defender, as now he'll be rewarded with a puck here. Mustangs now turned over. O'Donnell, opportunity side of the net, tries to get free. Now he will. Opportunity, they bang away at it at the front of the net. Prince, shot there, blocked by his own guy as Aiden O'Donnell now takes a bump in front of the net, and the Mustangs bench are going to love that as Mr. O'Donnell, the leading scorer for the Subarus, and on many people's radars here this year. Now as McPhee takes the partner pass, shot there through a crowd, rebound sitting in the crease, they fight for it. O'Donnell whacked it away. And good pressure here from the Subs. So they're going to go back to the point, but that one will escape the zone momentarily as they'll partner it and swing it back. McPhee, cross corner dump, looking for that bounce. So he gets it now as Burke will run into Crotty. Darcy now with the puck, trying to find a lane. Disrupted there by Burke. So he'll tip it to himself now, but a good job by the Mustangs to recoup possession here. It's Burke looking up to see where his recruits are as he had his partners heading for a change. Back in behind the net here. Real good pressure from the Subs. It's been all them here so far. Back out to the point for Manders. Manders looking for that indirect pass at the side of the net there as Jace Evans was on it. Stevens now down low. Sullivan in to help out. Back up to the point. Manders, partner pass. Cross ice, shot there. Backdoor, oh, and O'Donnell had a point-blank opportunity. If he was able to get that off cleanly, that was destined for the back of the net. So now it's going to be held in at the line once again here. Manders fired at the net. Evans gets a stick on it, but he tips it wide. Crotty just trying to get that puck out of the zone. Manders once again back down to the half wall for O'Donnell. Shot there, pad save, rebound. Good job in front to tie up his stick. As it's been all Subarus here. Shot there, another tip. As Owen O'Donnell tries to fire that towards the net, it ends up back to the point for Kavanaugh. And the Subarus crowd loving this one. Another opportunity side the net, and finally Muse is going to one. An absolute flurry of.
You know, that's a big part of it right now. They're holding pucks in and doing a real good job back there.
Yeah, puck possession, a real big part of the game, as we know. And if you have the puck, it's pretty tough for the other team to score and almost impossible, but I'm sure we've seen it done over the years. But now the Mustangs are going to look to try and get some momentum of their own. As Curtin's down the left side, he takes a shot there, and that one, same reaction in my head there as you had, Steve, was that one kind of buckles the fans a little bit. Everyone thinks it goes in.
You see the mesh go, right?
That's it. Back in their own zone now are the Mustangs. Up they go, O'Connell. He's just going to get the red line, try and get it in deep, but it's picked off there by Countway. Countway centers it. Sanford just missed that opportunity. Now it's dumped back in here by the Mustangs. It's Countway back for it here for the Subarus. 9:53 left to go here in this first period. LeBlanc with some steam. He's in on 1-on-3. He's just going to work down low and try and eat some ice. Centers it. Buchanan there, bounced over his stick. Now the puck will exit the zone. McPhee fires across ice. They're going to try and get that in deep. It hits Crotty, and now they'll get an opportunity to get it in, and they will now. It's Poplinski back. The Mustangs. He'll hit the brakes in his own zone. He's going to rim that around. Looks like they're sending the weak side winger here, Steve, up the outside, trying to draw those defensemen out of the zone, maybe get an opportunity.
Get a little, spread them out a little bit. Like I said, they're holding the line well. They're cutting off plays. So if they can keep them back there, I think they'll work in their benefit for sure. Something
we don't see that often at this age group, I don't find, is you want to teach not that exiting the zone is bad habits, but you're trying to teach the defenseman gap and being able to stay up on the play and reading that play, and then you have that weak side guy kind of slot back.
Yeah,
but
whenever you can push them back, it it definitely gives your forwards a little more speed. That second layer comes up, and you can even bump it back to them and hit the guys with speed. So.
Yeah, that's definitely what it does. Allows you to come through with speed, and if you're a winger, you can certainly appreciate that, as that's probably the most dangerous place on the ice in the defensive zone.
And that's where the game changed too. I remember when I played midget, we still had the two-line passes, right? We still had the red line in place where
aging yourself a little bit up here.
Exactly. You couldn't stretch the guy, so that was a big thing that changed over the years with you taking out the red line. It
certainly does open the game
up.
up.
Touchdown pass, you can just send a guy and
the old Hail Mary, if you will.
That's it.
That's going to be chipped inside the zone here by the Mustangs. Rimmed around now as they're looking for their options, as Manders, he's just going to skate up, give it to Burke, who's on the right side of the red line, as he'll chip that in. Muse out to play it now, an active goaltender out of there, trying to slow down that forecheck here of the Subarus. Nice move there, Peveril peeled it to himself now, and nice play by Barnes to go skate the stick now as he fires that at the net. Out front, tipped away by the goaltender now as Subarus are away here, and potential 3-on-3 forming here. Kavanaugh, the defenseman, will lead the rush. Cross-ice pass looking for a seam, but it was picked off. There's Peveril back through the middle, leading with the stick, disrupting pucks, and that's the name of the game on the back check, is back through the middle of the ice, pick up a man, and get a stick in a lane here, and he's done that. Now an opportunity. O'Donnell all alone to the forehand. Oh, and he fanned on the opportunity. And the last guy you want to have that puck on a stick if you're the Mustangs was O'Donnell, but he wasn't able to corral here, but the puck will stay inside the zone. So it's banked off the back of the net. They try and shove it in at the strong side, and Muse, once again, good job down there in the crease. That's no shot at them. That's just a fact, right? It's a little bit warmer in here than your average rink, so we'll blame it on the ice this time.
That's it.
It's face-off now, won by the Subarus as Mokriakov jumped in to get a shot, but that hit a set of shin pads now as Manfield's pick it up. Mansfield, nice backhand saucer pass. Now it's going to be way offside as Sullivan takes a big hit there from Countway. So the Mustangs are going to have to tag up here as they're caught inside the zone offside. Crotty realized, so he's going to fire that in on the goaltender, and maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that hit the pad and bounced out. So Connell back for it now. Through the middle, nice tape-to-tape pass for Mansfield. 3-on-2 forming here for the Mustangs. Mansfield kind of slowed up there. Would have liked to see him keep his feet moving and kind of drag that defenseman down low and open up that up high option, but Subarus are back in transition. 2-on-1 forming. Stevens is going to elect to shoot there, and he hits a shin pad on the attempt, and he takes a bump along the way as Sullivan now in behind his own net. He's pinched off there as Nolan Stevens able to disrupt things down there in the forecheck. Stevens now shot tipped in front. They score. Tristan LeBlanc in that scenario.
And that's not an easy play, too, making that tip on your backhand either.
One-handed.
On the forehand, it's easy, but
that's a skill set
nice
that is
from LeBlanc.
Skill set that's, one of those things that you kind of pick up is they don't really teach that necessarily in practice, but you hope the players are able to pick up a skill set along the way.
Yeah, real nice goal.
Goal, especially in the playoffs. And the Subarus make good on that opportunity as they'll lead this one here with 6:09 left to go here in the first period. A chip inside the zone. Subarus like to do a lot of their forechecking in behind the defense and trying to catch the defenders looking puck gazing in behind the goal line now as LeBlanc is going to stay out there. He's being rewarded here for a good shift, so good cycle game so far here for the Subarus. Some adjustments to be made here for the Mustangs now as Fuller will pick that up on the weak side. He's got Cannon coming through the middle. Just didn't quite get the pass where he wanted it to, as that's going to be bounced off the end wall. Subarus out for Cannon. Cannon will take that pass off the wall, and he will fire that in deep. Reverse back the other way. Kavanaugh tries to chip that through to his winger, but a good job by Cannon to disrupt things down there in the offensive zone. Opportunity, Fuller shot there. Kicked aside there by Brandon Lavoie. And now it's going to be chipped up outside the zone. We're going to have a foot race here as Crotty's going to race Makinen. And away go the Mustangs, 3-on-2 now. Fuller over the line. Tries to center that right away. He takes a big bump now as Cannon will get a shot, but that hits Countway. Countway's going to head north. Cannon will stay on him. Countway down the right side. He's just going to fire that at the net. Muse with the rebound. He kicks it away now as his own defender got in his way. Now is Chukwu. Fired that. They try and go wide of the net there when they don't have the lane, but a shot from a distance is now stopped and covered up by Muse once again.
When he needs to be, he's standing in there making the saves, but yeah, a lot of good speed though from the Subarus here. They're working together as a team, moving the puck quick and putting a lot of pressure on these so short defensemen.
You can definitely see they've built a little bit of chemistry over these years, but they're also a well-oiled machine at this point in the season. So just looking to continue on off their success in the regular season and continue on with the game plan, if you will. So to your goaltender, and that can definitely translate out into opportunities.
Yeah, and sometimes with the goalie too, the more, some goalies, the more shots they see, the better they get, right? So it's going to be a thing here. Hopefully get for the Subs, they want to get a couple more past him here while they can.
He seems to be square to the puck lot, so maybe the key to the game here is to get him moving. We saw on the pretty good so far.
Yeah, he's eating the pucks. He's getting pucks in the corner, so yeah, got to get him up high.
Yeah, they relied on him pretty heavily this season. Like I said, second last position in the standings, but like I said earlier as well, doesn't mean anything at this point. So fresh slate, clean slate, and 3 out of 5 series here to start this.
For the Subs too, you want to get it off to a good start at home. I remember playing it so short. It's never a fun rink to go down to. It's you got everyone against you when you get in there, so they're going to use that to their advantage when they get on home ice. So it's important for the Subs here to get out and
absolutely. And I'm not sure how the schedule is going to work. They started out as 2 games at home, but with the cancellation, we might have to do some schedule shifting. So maybe they'll luck out and get an extra home game. But I'm sure the Subarus will do everything in their power here to make sure that they're back on home ice for game 2. Stevens now tries to center that puck. Hits a shin pad, so icing's going to be waved off. O'Connell will reverse that back for Poplinski into the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds here of this first period. Mansfield's going to get caught offside there as he got caught up with Manders. He'll swing it back to his partner. They'll go partner pass for Burke. Burke back to his man now as it's picked up by Cook. Cook's pinched off the wall there by Kavanaugh. The puck's gone now as Aiden O'Donnell looking for that rim pass. Poplinski back forward. He's got both O'Donnells on him now, and that's a scary thought down there if you're a South Shore Mustangs defender. As Sullivan will take a bump now in over the line. Nice touch pass there. O'Connell maybe an opportunity here and a block with the shoulder. As that was Blake Manders' sacrificial play here, and then the playoffs.
Real nice play, yep.
The ice is a lot tougher to come about, and sacrificing the body is a big part of the game down the stretch. Burke now swings around. He'll eat some ice. He's going to fire that at the net. Blocker to side by Muse. Good rebound control there from the young netminder. So they're in there working hard. LeBlanc, the goal scorer here, working down low. Sullivan takes the outlet pass, chipped through the middle. Cantway will pick that up. He'll swing it back to his partner. He'll go right back to Cantway, and that'll open things up here on the right side as Cantway's going to be able to get the line. Nice move there as he got through traffic. Cantway tried to pull it, had an option on the left side. Luckily, Bolts was there as he read the play there as Cantway jumped in the play, and he slid back in the defensive position. And so little things like that go a long way down here, especially in the playoffs. Opportunity to center. Sanford now up front for Holt. Shot there. Bolts, rather. As the Mustangs are able to clear now as McKay picked it up. McKay over the right line. He's going to backhand that in on the goaltender. Lavoie had to be careful he hangs on here, so a minute.
You're getting both teams getting in their groove here, and we're seeing that right now. And I'm sure the second and third things will heat up a little more.
Gripping the sticks a little bit harder than you normally would, maybe, as you know, playoffs are a grind, and you want to get out to a good start, but you're facing a top dog like the Subarus. You know, you just got to stick to your game plan and do what makes you successful here. As the Mustangs are away now, right side opportunity, down onto the ice once again there, and now an opportunity there, and good job defensively as Darcy just stood in the lane there enough to not draw or take a penalty, but slow things down there on the forecheck as that man looked to be off to the races. A reverse play turned over in the offensive zone. Back down, Yuzuchukwu, in behind. Makinen takes a bump. Now it's at the side of the net. They try and jam it home. And it's going to be covered up by Muse here, so.
Protect your goalie there. He's been doing a great job. And, you know, for them, they want to, you know, start a little, you know, probably heat things up a little bit here and get into a playoff mindset for sure.
Yeah, it usually takes the first period to kind of settle in for the most part. You know, they talk about starting on time, and, you know, they've done their job so far here as that opportunity from the point is tipped wide, but, you know, just got to get some more pucks to the net and get a little bit out of their zone a little bit more here, a little bit easier, I guess, if you will. O'Donnell tried to go back down low for O'Donnell. Should be easy enough to get the names correct up here. The two names the same. Now it's chipped off the wall. Weak clearing attempt is going to be held in at the line, and Subarus are going to hold the blue line, and that little bit of a weak chip pass is never going to get through. So now it's up the wall. Fuller's going to get another opportunity. Burke runs him into the end wall. Burke with it, tries to cycle it down low, picked off by Fuller. Now he'll go up and over, and that's the play there that he's looking for. 14 seconds left here in the first period, just about ready to head to the intermission here in game one. 9 seconds on the clock. Poplinski's just going to hold it here and behind his own net. Subarus are just going to ease off the 1-2-2 here through the neutral zone. And that is going to do it here for the first period. So one here.
Yeah, they got to find a way to slow them down, I think, through the neutral zone. The transition games real quick. They're snapping it up and hitting guys in motion. So if they can slow them up a bit here and try to hit them on the counterattack, break some plays up, they give themselves a little better chance here.
I think I would agree with that as this team attacks with speed, as we're seeing right here, as that puck going down and just going to be icing there, a victim of the fresh ice. And, you're not going to complain about the fresh.
It gets there. So, an NHL game, he'd have that puck. So it's kind of a strange rule, to be honest with you, that they still have it.
It is strange, like that, for sure. But I think it's to eliminate those collisions down at the wall there and just kind of take that out of the game a little bit.
I remember the worst thing was the touch icing as well. You used to have to go touch it. Guys used to get just run over. So they want to eliminate that where someone might not be expecting a hit. And I saw, a lot of injuries like that, to be honest with you.
Absolutely, and it's numbers a lot of the time is what you're getting. Now is an opportunity potential here for the Subarus. Aiden O'Donnell showing off those big, long, powerful strides. So now it's going to be turned over. He's just going to chip that back inside the zone as Fuller will take a couple jabs at the Subaru bench. So the Mustangs look to get broken out here in this. Up the ice here through the neutral zone. Good job there to attack with speed was Doucette as he's going to chip that in. He'll get in there first, but Manders was able to get a stick on him just enough to slow him away and take away that puck. Now is Evans down the left side and over the blue line. Evans cross-ice pass there for Stevens. Just a little bit too hot.
Nice net drive there by O'Donnell as well. Pushed the defenseman back there, opened up the pass.
And that's what you call isolating the D-man, Mr. Steve Dixon, and that's the idea of that, is you draw that guy, force a defenseman to make a decision.
Real nice play. And the Subs do that well. Like I said, their play as a unit, and they're really playing as a team here.
A good zone entry there, and goes a long way when you get guys in the proper position. So look to continue that here for the Subarus now as Stevens will get that in. He'll dump it in the corner. Muse out to play it, and love the play from Muse so far as he's coming out behind the net, and that slows down that forecheck, which the Subarus are sending two guys deep here, but
makes life a lot easier on their defensemen.
Oh, most certainly does. You're not going to go in and hit the goalie. Maybe back when you were playing in this league, that might have been a legal play, but that's a big time no-no these days.
I'm not that old.
Subarus now looking to get broke out. Nice area pass there for Stevens, attacking with speed. Down the right side on the off wing, he'll pull it to himself in behind the net now as he's bumped off the puck. Poplinski now for the Mustangs. He's just going to chip that up and over, and it looks like the Mustangs have made a little bit of an adjustment in that regard as they're able to get the puck up and over now as that wall's been taken away. LeBlanc now, goal scorer shot there, and gloved by Muse, who's right out at the top of the crease there. So Lots of confidence down there to see from the goaltender. As you know, early on in the series or in the game, sometimes you'll see the goalie kind of peeking behind him on shots, but Muse is 100% sure of these saves here so
he's
far.
Keeping that puck out in front of him, and he's very confident.
Yeah, for sure, and no reason not to be, as he's been pretty dynamite here so far in this one, as the shots aren't displayed in my vision here, so we have no idea, but it's a lot to a little at this point. So the Mustangs look to get broken out, and that stretch pass is icing waved off there, as they say it hit the stick of Mokriakov, as linesman in perfect position, so hard to argue the call there. As the Subarus look to get out of their own zone, as Liam Bolt's down there, 2-on-2 now, down low. Mokriakov there, big body down there, is going to pin his man up. The 2-8s will mingle, and it's going to be pushed in behind. Good job by Cantway. He was in perfect position, able to take that man in front, or able to get to that loose puck in the corner. But now the Mustangs are going to hold the zone.
Yeah, they had some real nice layered support there in the D zone.
Layered support, that's a term that maybe not everybody will understand, but layered support is areas and options all over the ice. Yep. As far as I can tell now, as Mokriakov is going to pick that puck up. He looked up looking for a pass option, but he's seen some ice, so he'll take it, and love to see the defenseman do that instead of trying to force a pass. Mustangs now stretch pass up ice, tipped into the middle of the ice, and a foot race here, all alone to the backhand. Lavoie tries to swipe at it, but puck is cleared towards a corner. Now it's back to the middle of the ice. Subaru's away. Sanford down the left side. Got McQueen with him. Sanford over into the middle. Now backdoor shot there, and Muse might have got a piece of that, or it hit the post, but stays out of the net as Yuza Chukwu had a golden opportunity as he joined the party late.
Another real nice net drive there, too. Backed everyone off.
Coming in late, too. And
yeah, hit the fourth guy that time.
And it almost looked like something out of nothing there. Sanford looked for that middle option, didn't have it, and then all of a sudden picked his head up, and there was his option. So like you said, good support, good zone entry, and a nice drive to the net there as they continue to press here, the Subarus. Poplinski's going to pick that up. He'll rim it around the other side for McKay. McKay's got Makinen on him. Makinen will throw a hit. Puck will come just to the blue line and not out, so held in at the line there. Good job. There's 15:35 left here on the clock here for the second period. McKay, nice pass through the middle for Muse. Muse is just going to chip that by the defender. He's going to take a bump there. As Kavanaugh's able to get back there first here for the Subarus. He tries to fire a puck up the right side now. Icing's going to be waved off right away. Didn't quite have enough to get down for icing now, as O'Connell's going to hit the brakes and go back the other way, but a real good job by Aidan O'Donnell down there to stay with him. And that's when those coaches, when they talk about no flybys, that's a prime example of that. The pressure goes back the other way. O'Donnell stops and goes back, and he's able to maintain pressure. So those little details go a long way, especially when you're looking to move on to the next level now, as we're going to have a foot race. O'Donnell to the backhand shot there. Muse makes the initial save, and he'll cover up the rebound. So another good opportunity in transition here for the...
More as the game goes on, but it's a good sign when you got both teams finishing their checks.
That's the name of the game, and that's kind of one thing that we've seen not dissipate over time, but there's a lot less, opportunities or guys looking for the opportunity to just crush bodies. It's a lot of hit to contain, a lot of hit to knock off the puck, and finishing your check is part of the game. You want to tire out your opponents now. As O'Donnell shot there off the shoulder, and away go the Mustangs in transition now as Cannon was in a puck race there. And now Fuller's going to pick it up. He'll work down the right side underneath the goal line. Puck comes free now, but Prince is there to help out as he's just going to hit the brakes behind the net and use the net for protection as he'll rim it around now. O'Donnell, couple shoulder checks, and now he'll get that inside the zone. Linesman tucking for cover there. As Muse is out to play it. He's going to fire that. Nice saucer pass from the goaltender. Much better than my saucer pass up here for sure. As Evans now will come back through in support, and he'll hang on and fire that in deep. And behind the net now, bank pass. Fuller gets a piece of that now as Arnold, Angus Arnold, the leading scorer for the Mustangs.
Nice
38
back check
points.
there by O'Donnell.
Yeah, see, and that's the difference, right? When you have those guys coming back through the middle, and it's maybe an odd man rush, but it makes you very uneasy, I guess was my point, as the guy with the puck carrier. You know that pressure's coming in from behind.
Is that a penalty?
Nope, that's not a penalty in this league as far as I know. The one thing that they do in this league, though, Steve, is you can't change on an icing, so they've started to incorporate a little bit of that pro-style rule book in this game, but, that just eliminates all those high-pressure moments where you just rip it down the ice and try and get your fresh legs on. The puck's in deep now for the Subarus. Crotty to the forehand. Barnes couldn't get himself set up quite in time to pick that outlet pass now as Crotty will pick it up. Hits the brakes back the other way. He's being pressed from both sides now. Good job by Mokriakov now as he's going to get in Peveril's way just a bit, but not enough to take a penalty, so smart play there defensively and good gap control as they fight for it in front of the Subaru's bench now. It's going to be pinned up against the wall. You can hear the ref from here yelling, move it. And once again, another thing that used to get blown down very quickly back in the day was this scrum on the wall here, but now they want to let things continue.
Keep the game going.
Absolutely, and they do now, so precious time off the clock. Stevens will turn that over just inside the blue line, so he'll rim it around. Owen O'Donnell now in on the puck. Back off the post. Now they're going to try and get the breakout going. Cross-ice pass, Peveril. Peveril couldn't quite handle that one. As Sanford gets it, he'll get the red line, and he'll get that deep as a couple of the Mustangs players head for a change. Muse out to play it once again. Feel like we say that. Nice move, defensively dangerous.
O'Connell's been moving the puck well.
Yeah, he's pretty slick back there, for sure. He's probably one of their better puck-moving D-men as far as I've seen this year, and you know, you can see them a lot of the times want to give him the puck down in the zone as we saw there, so he'll stretch that one out.
Another nice pass.
Sullivan now. Once again, that weak side winger drawing out those defenders outside the zone, so they're allowing them to get the red line here and not be held in the zone so long. As they chip it in behind, LeBlanc down to help out. Lots of communication in front there by the Subs players, and that's a very key part of the game, especially as the games get tighter and more intense. Now back to the strong side as Lavoie got caught going left there and an opportunity shot there. Manders down to one knee to block that. Another block shot here for the Subarus. 11:45 left to go here. An opportunity there from the Stangs, and that goes up and over the net. Now some good pressure here from the Mustangs as they look to get anything going here. Now that's kicked out front there. Lavoie slides through the crease, makes a save. They fight for it in front. Looking for that loose puck, still there. As now Doucette's going to get that. He wanted the lane to the net but couldn't find it. Now in behind was Cook. Up off the glass. Out to the point. Darcy, good job there to hang on to that one. And now really good bounce back shift here from the Mustangs, who spent the better part of the last two shifts in their own zone. But now they're going to try and get some fresh legs out here. But a little bit of a longer change now as Sanford will take that stretch pass. He'll get a stick on it, and that'll get in deep. Muse is going to fire that up ice. He wants to keep things moving. Good hard pass up now.
Oh.
And now a drop pass there. Maybe got caught with the Subarus player yelling, yup, yup, yup. That was a trick in my old playbook back in the day. Never really worked out all the time, but when you did, you look like a genius. So Prince will get that in. Cross corner dump. Doucette back for it now. He'll reverse that back, but good support now as they fired out through the crease there, just out of the reach. Now a shot there. That goes wide as Prince tried to find that lane to the net. The puck had eyes, but couldn't quite find the net. Now as Prince will get that as he takes a bump there from Muse, and the stick got up there, and ref's going to let them play here in the playoffs. Oh, and now the ref's going to take a biscuit off the back of the bucket.
He had the cage on there.
That's it, yes, seriously. Now a chance right side shot there. Oh, blockered away by Muse once again. Now as the Mustangs try and get free, there's going to be a puck race here as Curtin's on it. He wasn't able to get there first as Prince was there. That's chipped off the far wall. In the zone now, Cannon. And away go the Sioux here. Down the right side. Yuzuchukwu now shot, blockered away, Muse once again. So rim that back around. Poplinski now is going to pick up that loose puck. He's going to have a little bit of time here as the Sioux were completing a change now as he finds it Fuller in the stretch. Fuller will get the red line, dump it in deep, but Mokriakov back there for the Subarus. Rimmed around. The most feared play in hockey if you're a forward is the old rim. One of the things that hasn't really taken a back seat in today's game is that rim pass as Popinski now once again back there. He's going to try and fire that up ice. Cannon will take that in the skates. Nice pass there to get that to Arnold. Arnold just lost it at the blue line now as it's chipped through the middle. Aiden O'Donnell looking for that loose puck, but now it's going to be picked up here by Fuller. Fuller for the Mustangs over the blue line. Good job to stay on side. So he'll take a bump there and a good hit from Okriakov as he stepped right in that lane as Fuller is full of a body check there now as Countway with some nifty stick handling. He's going to get the red line, chip it in softly and get a change. So Connell back here for the Mustangs. He's going to take a bump there from Burke. Good hit there on the forecheck, but the Mustangs are able to recover that loose puck as they're just going to take those extra quick steps and get the red line. Love to see that. A lot of the times you feel that pressure at the red line and you kind of hear the footsteps and you want to try and get it in before you get hit, and that's what gets the icing, but this time the Mustangs are able to get that line. So now the Subarus looking for that breakout. Owen O'Donnell didn't have the option through the middle as the centerman got caught just a bit ahead. He was coming underneath for that low support, but
his forwards come back, and they got some big defensemen back there. It allows them to step up, and with the forwards pressing back, they pick up those loose pucks and they're going the other way. So you can tell they're a well-coached team.
Absolutely.
They're really working as a unit here.
And when it gives you a lot of confidence as a defender to play your position, if you know that the forwards are going to be back or the back checker is going to be back into that position, you now can just play the game you want to play, knowing full well that the guy beside you is going to get your job done.
You can hold those blue lines and red lines and, you know, try to break some plays up, which they're doing. So,
disrupting pucks. Stevens now throws a hit down there, and he's going to get possession from it. Good job by the Mustangs. Outnumber the puck now as Cook's going to be able to get through with that loose puck. He swings through his own zone. Now he's going to fire it up through the middle. It's going to be tipped on the wrong side of the red line and down for icing here. So once again, here.
Yeah, it's been a pretty even game, I think, in the face-offs, hasn't it? A lot of 50-50 pucks like we just saw there as well. So
all that
you really got to get the wingers. You got to get the wingers in there to help the centerman out. Both sides.
Everybody has a job, right? There's something to do on a face-off win. There's something to do on a face-off loss. And a lot of the times in those opportunities, you see a loose puck come free and someone missed their job. Now an opportunity, 2-on-1. LeBlanc's got Sanford. Sanford fired it off as LeBlanc's going to find the back of the net on a pass attempt that ends up hitting something in front. And it's a simple game when you really think about it. So little chips into areas, and a lot of the times the people want to fire that puck as hard as they can to a space, but you get it to an area where you can win a foot race, and they do it there, and they end up getting a fortunate bounce and a tough one for the goaltender Muse. A 2-0 lead here, the worst lead in hockey, as they say. It's Cantway back. He'll intercept that pass now as he's got his head up looking for his options. Didn't have a lane for a pass, so he goes up off the glass, but it's held in by the Mustangs, who close down that lane on the wall now. Picked up once again.
That's a tough goal for the goalie, but you know, that's the way they're going to have to beat him, the way he's playing. You know, deflections or like the first goal and the second goal, a little tip, and that one went off their D. But I think that's the the style of goal they're going to have to look for here moving forward.
Absolutely, and the playoffs, things get a little bit tighter. Goals are harder to come by, and you won't see as many flash and dash goals as you'd like to see or people would expect normally from the regular season. So get into the tough areas, get the puck to the net, and hope for good things to happen. 6.5 left to go here as Barnes works down low. McQueen, he'll take a bump there late. Subaru's bench wanted a penalty there, but playoff format, that's not going to get. Now it's a deflected in front. There's Lavoie at his sight line.
We can talk about Musil. Lavoie has been excellent as well. He hasn't seen as much rubber yet, but when they need him, he's standing tall, playing very confident as well.
It's a very good point, too, and a lot of the times if you're not down there chasing shots, you can go cold or whatever the case may be, and that's when you let the weak ones in. But Lavoie dialed in here, and he's able to do his job so far in this one. Mustangs are going to get that in deep here. Cantway, big body down there. Definitely wouldn't be going in the corner against him, but I guess really for these guys, they don't have a choice, so back in behind the net. Blake Manders with it. He fire a laser pass cross ice for Makinen. Makinen will eat the ice at the blue line. Use the Chukwu, and he's just going to cross-corner dump that one. Now is Makinen. Leaves it there for Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh's going to wait for the bodies to filter in front of the net, and now he does, but he ends up hitting his own player, Makinen, in front. So the Mustangs are going to be hemmed in their zone here once more. It's Curtin down to help out. Darcy as well, but he's got Aiden O'Donnell on him. Darcy will reverse it back the other way. Burke was in good position as he'll grab that puck. Now is Owen O'Donnell, a shot there. Tip, now the loose puck. And he turns and fires it at the net, kicked out by Muse once again. The rebound here picked up by Curtin, and he had that stolen by Aiden O'Donnell. Owen O'Donnell. Or sorry, that was Brendan O'Donnell. We're just going to stick with the O'Donnells here. You guys know what's up down there at home as Subarus continue pressure down the offensive zone. Under 5 minutes to go here in the second period. Real good pace to this game so far. Not a whole lot of whistles, penalties, all that action, so playing moving right along.
Shore's been in their zone a bit here, but they're playing great D-zone. Supporting each other, finishing their checks. Getting the loose pucks. Oh.
So that one's going to end up in the Subaru's bench there and almost took out the trainer, Lucas, who was at behind the scenes that make these hockey teams run.
Yeah, there's, I'm sure he's not the only one. A lot of volunteer work goes into the whole midget league here, which is great.
Yeah, it takes a village, as they say, and without the volunteers at this, it just I just can't see it moving forward as smoothly as it does. So, shout out to you if you're a volunteer and you're not here and you're watching. We thank you very much, especially as former players. Once you get out of the game, you start to realize the inner workings of the game and how much goes into it before the players even step on the ice.
Yeah, big time. Oh.
Now the
close one there.
Unconventional backhand one-timer there.
Throw it. I think he was in midget the year after I left, so.
Yeah, as a 12-year-old.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Still relevant in today's game, so it's been a long time that guy's been making a name for himself.
I remember back, he played a game for the Bearcats when he was, geez, he must have been 14 maybe, 50, something.
And the MJ back then, Steve, we all know how tough it was
wasn't
back then.
Yeah, it was a little different.
3 or 4 fighters on each team. Now there's none, you got to wear a cage. Well, you don't have to, but they suggest
Speaking of that,
it.
watching Aiden O'Donnell, his dad, Chris O'Donnell, was we talked about this earlier, but he was a big player for the Exports, played in the O, played in the Q, but he had 6 goals in one period at the Fred Page Cup. I think it's a record. I mean, it has to be a record.
It has to be, yeah. Down low now. LeBlanc looking for the hat trick there. Gets an opportunity. And now it's going to be sent the length of the ice. Icing waved off. It hit something on the way, but the old natural, or what is it, the natty hattie, but the double.
The double.
It's got to be a record. If it isn't, whoever broke it, kudos to you. Now as the Subarus are away down the right side, centering pass through the crease. Over to the reach of Sanford now as he'll stick lift Mansfield, looking for that loose puck, but Mansfield's going to come away with it. Good pass there, but an even better read by Mokriakov as he got that stick into that lane and disrupted that pass, as that would have been a perfect bank pass there for the Mustangs as they'll retreat back in behind their own net here. Just under 3 minutes to go. Stretch pass off the stick and down inside the Subaru zone. Mokriakov tried to shake off a forechecker, but wasn't able to, but he'll come away with the puck now as he'll fire across ice into the neutral zone. Just in front of our cameraman down there as that clearing attempt is cleared. O'Connell, just a little bit of a shake there with those edges, and that allows him to create a little more space, and that's one thing we definitely see a lot more of these days is that edge work. A lot of the speed and skill is really on the forefront here at this age group for sure. Down in the corner now, in behind their own net. Mansfield felt the pressure from McQueen, so he's going to hit the brakes, go back the other way. Now a little bit of a pick play down there. Good job there to just allow his teammate a little more time and space. Now as that partner pass, now it's going to be moved up the right side. They use a Chukwu. Now as he centers it there, Mackinnon able to get a stick on it, but that goes wide. Now is O'Connell. He's going to fire that cross ice, tape the tape there. Another exchange there. As Peveril now tried to take that on the forehand. Would have liked to see him take it on the backhand there to allow his momentum to continue, but the puck will end up getting in deep, so not all bad coming from that. As they're going to push it down to the half wall now. O'Donnell's just going to push it back in behind his own net here. Kavanaugh back for it. 95 seconds left to go. Mackinnon tries to flip one up and over, but it's picked off. As now O'Donnell head up the whole way, finds Yusa Chukwu. Now as he slips up over the line, now as that puck gets through O'Donnell, otherwise he might have had an opportunity for an odd man rush as Peveril now tries to get free, and back goes the puck. A little bit of ping pong going on here in the neutral zone. As Garber will touch that to Peveril. Peveril leaves it for Garber. Garber fires that. It hits something on the way, so it's not going to make its way to the net. It's back to O'Donnell. 2-on-2. Potential 3-on-2 forming here if they hurry. Now hit the high guy, O'Donnell. O'Donnell backdoor to Aiden O'Donnell. Shot. They score. A beautiful passing play. Tick, tack, toe, and in.
Two, creating space. Same thing. Their line rushes are very, very good today.
Yeah, they're spreading it out. They're filling lanes, as my old coach, Mr. Ronnie Watkins, used to yell.
Oh, I know Ronnie. Yeah, I used to play with this kid growing up.
You can still hear his voice in my sleep, but that quick pass inside the blue line.
You can hear Ronnie all over the rink, couldn't you?
Yes, you can. You can probably hear him now, actually.
Yeah.
By what I noticed,
Ronnie was a good coach.
Over that blue line there was just that quick pass as they entered the zone. Really pushed that D-man off and opened up that lane to create that 2-on-1. So good job there by the Subarus.
Well, when you're doing that, you know, as a team on those rushes, and you got a high skill level like that, good things are going to happen.
Yeah, that's true. And like you said, you don't want Aiden O'Donnell all alone at that back post there, because he's not going to make a mistake there.
And now, we got a helmet came off there.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy head contact call. See why he gets a lot of the opportunities he does, because he's first on pucks down there. So power play here for the Subarus. 30 seconds left here in the period. Sorry. So they get a shot off, but that goes off the end wall. So big kill here for the Mustangs. They want to try and get out of this one. Only down 3 now as O'Donnell's going to take that on the hand pass to himself. So he knocked that one down, and that's going to do it here for 40 minutes, folks. So after 2 complete periods of play, the period on the power play for 1:38. As now we are underway here, 3-0 lead. Goals from LeBlanc, who's have 2, and Aiden O'Donnell as the Subarus lead this one 3-0 here. So 20 minutes away from getting the first victory here. And in the playoffs, folks, that is the most crucial point, is game number 1. We already got goal number 1, so game number 1 here on the docket now is Aiden O'Donnell's going to take a little bit of a bump going down there in the corner. Puck sticks on him a little bit, so he fires it back around now as Evans will take a bump. O'Donnell tripped up now, and another penalty coming here as the Mustangs are going to be down 5-on-3 as O'Donnell's just going to fire that back. Curtin's going to go on it, and now the Mustangs actually aren't going to touch it up. A little bit of a smart play there, but so 58 seconds left, crucial moments rather for these Mustangs. A big kill here and back to business would go a long way. Big point in the game here. Dartmouth gets one. It's it's a tough comeback from 3, but if they can kill this off and get some momentum. Oh, nice play. Yeah, that was a great play. Backdoor. O'Donnell just kind of dragged the D-man with him, and you got to expect him to shoot pretty much every time, but that's kind of the illusion he wants to give out there now as he'll get the puck back. He fires it back to the point. Prince will walk right in, blocked there from Crotty, who just stayed right in that lane there, and absolute zero regard for his body out there, but that's part of the game here in hockey and especially in the playoffs, as O'Donnell will get the return pass. They're going to switch things up now as Prince getting open for that one-time opportunity. O'Donnell fires it back to Prince. Prince shot there, and that one was destined for the right side on the blocker, but just missed that left post now as O'Donnell will go back for it. O'Donnell will swing through the neutral zone. Good head of steam now as he's going to work in over the line. Right back through the middle down Broadway as he leaves it there for Burke. Burke cross ice now. The original penalty over now as Cantway shot. Rebound comes loose. In behind the net. Looking for the wraparound. Owen Muse sprawls out. And what a save there as the rebound actually up off the crossbar as LeBlanc looking to empty some hats out here onto the ice. Now is another shot. Good opportunity now. Once again, O'Donnell had an opportunity to shoot that, but he didn't like what he saw. So now he fires across ice for Burke. Burke got a stick on it, but couldn't get it to the net. Now as Mackinnon will pick it up, he's going to rip up top and slow things down now. So he'll fire it across for O'Donnell. O'Donnell, shot there. That goes wide, and that's going to be the old shot clear there. There's 30 seconds left in the man advantage here. And good opportunities here for the Subarus, but... Yep, some real nice pressure. Nice setup there for Dartmouth in the zone, but just can't get it by the goalie right now. No, and Muse made that quick sprawling save on the wraparound. Yeah, exactly. Those are the goalie's best friends, though, right? So Muse maybe had a little chat with his net there in the intermission, but time ticking away now. Sometimes that's your best penalty killer, the goalpost. Definitely down in that area is a good opportunity to be a good penalty killer now as the South Shore Mustangs player. Who's moving the puck around well as well. Hey, you keep the puck to the outside, and you got to assume with a goaltender like Muse, those shots from the perimeter are going to be stopped. So if you can not allow the Subs to penetrate that middle of the zone, you're in a good spot there as we're back to even strength now. So big kill there from the Mustangs, and a goal quickly here would go a long way for them as Fuller tries to get in free. Now a shot there. That goes up and over the net. Kind of surprised Lavoie there for a sec as Curtin now back from this stint at the penalty box as Fuller will spin off a check. As now Prince will get in on him. Good job as he just pinned him up against the wall now is McQueen. McQueen will chip that, and it's turned over there as Cannon in perfect high position. Now shot there. That goes up over the net again. If they can get the puck to the net and on the net here, they might have a little bit of a better opportunity as Lavoie's not going to tip that into his own net by any means. So they're going to pin that up in the far corner down there. You can hear the ref yell and move it once again. They 3-on-2 down low. 3 blue jerseys, or baby blue jerseys, I guess, and 2 navy. So now the whistle is going to go, and we're going to take a quick second here. I'd like to officially... We've got a pretty entertaining game here so far, and hopefully that continues. And it's only going to get better down the stretch here. We're back to gameplay, and like you said, real good game here, and once things loosen up a bit on league-wide, I suppose, the games really start to open up, but been treated to a good game 1 here so far. Maybe not going the way the Mustangs would hoped, but they're sticking right here, and they're not going away without a push, that's for sure. No, they've been, both teams have been working hard, but, South Shore's sticking with it, and we're just kind of waiting for their break, I feel, right now. And they'd love to get one by the goalie here, but he's been playing great as well. Yep, weather the storm, as they say, and try and just weather that and get to work as, once again, they're going to get the puck deep here. Now Peveril's going to try and get in there first on that puck, and he will. So that's a good first sign there and a good start to what we were just talking about. Now is O'Connell. Good edge work there as he gets that puck towards the net. Garber tries to center that. We got a loose neck piece down there, and with all the net guard talk these days after that scary incident. Things safety-wise, and almost makes you think, I don't know why we
ever take them off, to be honest.
Exactly, and that's been the main point, I think. But I was going to ask you, is that shot now smothered up by Lavoie? I always found the net guard to be the most annoying opportunity to take it off. They do. Did you find that the net guard bothered you at all out there?
Yeah, I actually didn't really like it, to be honest. But I remember when I went to Europe, playing in North America, you didn't need it.
Yeah.
When you went to Europe, you had, a lot of those leagues you have to wear it.
Oh yeah.
Well, Sweden and Finland especially, you have to. It's kind of insurance reasons.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But after after a while, once you have it on, like you said, once the game gets going, you don't notice it. It's very minor nuisance for the protection it gives you, right? So.
And to be honest, if you're out there thinking about your net guard, your head's not in the right spot. So
exactly.
But yeah, we're back to gameplay here now as the puck's going to get in deep. Doucette now as that's going to be picked off. Stevens got LeBlanc in front there, and a good job by Muse to get that stick in the lane. See, he disrupted that puck. Now Cantway with a shot. The rebound comes free. It's just going to be chipped out to the red line. Cantway's there. So he's going to chip that back down low. LeBlanc is going to cut across the middle of the ice here. He's going to take the shorter lane, A to B now, as that chip pass out for the Mustangs, out to the neutral zone. They're going to get the red line and fired that up onto the goaltender Lavoie. And he'll hang on to that. That was Muse. So, and we're going to keep saying it, playoffs, it's a much different game, and anything can happen at any moment. So stick to the game plan and continue on. So face-offs won by the Mustangs.
Heavy was a good player himself.
Yes, he certainly was. My first encounter with him was I was a call-up for the Bay Ducks in my second year of Max, maybe, and he was the captain of that team. And I'll be honest, I'll never forget him just because he was so gracious with the younger guys. And you know how it goes,
yes.
Dick. It's like,
yeah, he's always been a great fella. Yep.
You come up and you're not really sure and you're younger. And, those guys are 20, 21 years old and you're coming up barely with your beginners. And these guys are kind of in a groove and they have their buddies. But no, I'll never forget him for that sense because he was very welcoming to that team. And I had a lot of fun playing for that and ended up playing in Junior B later on.
Oh, good. Not
for the Ducks, but just later on in my career. And it was a fun time here after I finished my U18 career, we call it these days. So I don't want to offend anybody. Doucette now is just going to chip that in. Lavoie is going to come out to get a touch there, keep himself sharp. That's going to be chipped. Nice hit down there in the corner on the forecheck as McQueen picks up that loose puck. 13.5 minutes to go. Bolts tries to get a pass through the middle, picked off there by Doucette. Now the Mustangs doing a little better job here clogging that middle of the ice where the Subarus like to fire those passes through and get sticks on and at least get it deep. But they're clogging that neutral zone now and trying to force turnovers like you talked about. So maybe he was listening to the stream.
You never know.
You never know. Chukwu, turn that over. Arnold, opportunity here, loose puck, but he was not able to get there in time. It's a nice little chip pass there. Chukwu now through the middle for Makinen. Makinen's going to eat some ice there as he waits for the trailer. Now backdoor in front there for McQueen and just got himself twisted up. Was just about to spin and open himself up to the puck carrier, but not quite in time there as now the Mustangs are going to be able to clear the zone. Now just out into the neutral zone. Past the red line. Manders is going to take that extra step and get the red line, get it deep. Muse came out to play it, but he was a step behind. So Crotty's going to pick up that loose puck now, so he'll give that away at the left point. Shot there tipped, and that goes wide there. And Subarus only sending the 1-4 checker here unless they get an odd man rush. Now is an opportunity there from the D-man to slot down and hits a body and ends up in the far corner. No one could find it, including us up here for a while. Now McQueen is going to touch it up, and we are going to have a penalty and a head contact penalty here.
Power play here for So Shore.
Yes, if they want to get on the board here and get back to business, a goal here early on would really set them up nicely, but that first shot attempt is blocked, and now we're going to have a foot race as Burke gets tangled up with his man. Now O'Donnell opportunity, backdoor for Burke, and a short-handed break there for the Subarus, but now the puck's going to go the other way as Cook's down over the middle of the ice, tried to make a move. He'll find that loose puck, but now it's going to be picked up here as O'Donnell's going to send that the length of the ice. And a lot more things that we see these days, Steve, is those offensive players playing in those penalty kill positions. I think of the Leafs right away with Marner and sometimes Matthews, and the game's shifting in ways that we could have never imagined.
Oh, exactly. And it's good. I mean, killing penalties is just basically about running your routes and getting in front of pucks, and it's an easy thing to teach, I think. And it's never bad to have your offensive guys out there because. I mean, a lot of times on the power play, everyone's looking offense. You can jump in and get some shorthanded breaks as well. So,
especially if you think the game at a high level, the IQ a big thing here that they look out for, especially from the scouting perspective. So, if you're able to pounce on opportunities, then there's no reason you don't put your offensive guys there. And we saw it there with the Subarus. They had a 2-on-1 shorthanded. So now it's going to be cleared here, the length of the ice. And that'll kill off some precious seconds here under a minute to go in the man advantage, 40 seconds to be exact. Now as
couple guys.
Cook and O'Donnell get tangled up there. And now the smooth skating Doucette will hit his stride up the ice now as he tried to chip that back to his defenseman, but he fanned on the opportunity. It's now Arnold will pick it up, or Fuller, sorry. He tried to cut through Broadway. Now McKay's going to get it. He'll turn fire there, and that got deflected along the way, so that's going to go wide. No shot on goal there. 15 seconds left to go here in the man advantage. Now it's going to be cleared, hits the glass, but it's held in at the line. Good job there to get down to one knee was Arnold. 5 seconds left, the man advantage. Centering pass there. Puck's going to come out to the blue line, and it will come out as Doucette just wasn't able to get there in time now as they try and go in transition here. Yuzuchukwu now. He exits the penalty box. He'll get a loose puck, and he'll fire it in deep. Now they rim it back around the other side. Doucette.
Some good penalty killing by the Dartmouth D there. Manders breaking some pucks up and really pressured him. Didn't give him too much time there down low.
Yeah, time and space, you know, these days with the speed and skill that these players have, space is kind of the thing you want to take away as soon as you can now, as that play is going to be called on the offside as Makinen just a step ahead of the play. I guess we'll call it the wide camera here in the biz. Always nice to change up the looks, and it's one really thing that we've really enjoyed incorporating here this season was that on-ice camera. We called it the World Junior camera at the start of it, but now it's the high-button camera.
That's the high-button camera.
That's it, because World Juniors is quite a ways away now, but World Junior is something you're pretty familiar with, and I remember growing up coming through the Max thinking, well, maybe it is possible to move on to the next level with guys like you coming through, so thank you for that. I never did make it, but, you know, the belief was there, and that kind of starts with guys like you in the program, so.
Yeah, it was a great experience. Something you know, especially now I'm done playing, you kind of appreciate it a little bit more as you get older and look back on things. And yeah, just a great experience. Very fortunate to get that chance.
And, you know, it's probably one of those things too. You start off at the start of your career, you know, probably not even in the sight line of things. Now is O'Donnell off to the races down the left side. He's being triple teamed there, and he'll take a bump down there from O'Connell. But he's just going to continue on, but the net's off the moorings. But yeah, like I was saying, when you start your hockey career, you know, especially in
Russia that year actually, and then, you know, we went into the next year and you do the summer camps and Christmas camps, and you know, one thing leads to another. And you know, for me, there wasn't much pressure on me either. I was kind of a late draft pick to Pittsburgh, where you know there's a lot of top picks. So for me, you know, I was just happy to get the invite to camp, and
no doubt.
And I didn't really play with any pressure on me, and you know, I was fortunate enough to make the team, so it was, you know, just a great experience.
Yeah, loose hockey is something to be messed with too, right? No pressure. Now is Sullivan down the right side, tries to center it for Cook,
nice
and
pass.
Just out of his reach there, as that was a golden opportunity here for the Mustangs in this third period here as we get down underneath the 10-minute mark, 8:20 left to go. So a lot of these guys, you know, right now you think of a guy like O'Donnell with the puck here, who maybe an opportunity to play in the World Junior team maybe someday, but you know, you got to continue to progress and do the right things and just continue on with your career and maybe not try and think about it and just hope it happens.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of it's timing too, and you know, he'll be a high pick and then get a great opportunity at it to give it a go. So, you know, it's exciting seeing kids from here, you know, get in that position and get that chance, and you know, hopefully they all make the best of it.
It's nice to see the spotlight on the East Coast now. We've seen more over the last few years for sure, as the Subarus are going to head up ice looking for an odd man rush pass through the middle there, just out of the reach of Evans as he was on that middle lane drive, but the Mustangs are away in transition here. Oh. And now a zig at the line, and that's one thing that coach will probably address when you get back, but at this age, so the faceoff's going to come back outside the zone.
Sometimes you just want to push that puck into the zone and then kind of make a move after, and but it's hard to see. I mean, the guy was on the far side, maybe you didn't see him on the rush there.
Yeah, it's a lot easier for us to see up here in the booth, that's for sure. That's one thing I've learned.
We got the eye in the sky here. We get to see her all.
A delayed penalty coming here. Looks like it's going to go against Judge. But it
charging,
is.
Right?
I do a little officiating myself, and
yeah.
I'll be honest, I'll never call the charging penalty unless I see the guy take, you know, 45 strides. But
yeah.
It's one thing, though. It's like, you know, how do they count how many strides? But there's a reason these guys are doing these games, and, you know, I'm not going to sit here and harp on the referees because I did a lot of that in my career for sure.
Something wrong with it, so.
Up goes the arm. And, you know, when you see the arm go up quickly, it's hard to argue that, right? It's when you see the delay is when people get frustrated. That puck's going to be chipped outside the zone now. That's going to go about 173 feet if I was a betting man.
It's been a well-ref game. Just letting them play and making the the obvious calls, which you know what you want in playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. You got that a little bit of extra push on every one of these teams here, and similar to overtime in my mind. You know, you want the people in the crowd or people watching that aren't going to agree with it, and you know, I'd be lying to you if I said I was one of those people. But you know, being an official myself, you kind of get a little more of a soft spot for it. So.
Oh, for sure.
So looking to get the power play breakout going now. Good exchange here through the neutral zone as Makinen's going to get over the line. A great push to Burke. Burke goes to McPhee. McPhee was pressured at the line by Cannon, so he goes back down to Burke. Burke, good cut back now as he's going to work up the line. You can hear them talking down there. Burke just goes back down to the half wall for Makinen. Makinen back for Burke. Burke will leave it for McPhee. Nice one-touch pass cross ice. Now through the middle, looking for that seam play, but Makinen will pick up that loose puck on the half wall. Once again, McPhee across now. Shot there through a crowd, blocked. That was O'Donnell that got that shot off, and now it's going to be sent to 198 feet down there as Lavoie will come out to play that. As the Subarus finish the change here, they're going to look to get into motion as they slow things down behind the net. Nope, they come now looking for that pass. Tape to tape now up to the left side. Good exchange at the blue line now, as that's the right way to do that, is get in, get the puck over the line, then move it. Now it's going to be dumped back down here by the Mustangs, who have been no slouches on the penalty kill here today. They've done a great job.
Hard on the penalty kill.
For sure, and especially with the weapons that this Subaru team have. You know, it starts at the back end. They know that if a shot gets through, Muse is going to be there for the save, so all they have to do is worry about their men out there as Stevens wheels around. Up to the left point, cross-ice pass there for Aiden O'Donnell. Tried to play it with his skate, but it went under, but he's able to cycle that down low as the Subarus. 5 seconds left to go here in the man advantage. So you can hear the stick of Lavoie now, and a backdoor play is cleared now. We're back to even strength. This play continues down in the offensive zone here for the Subarus as that's going to come up to the left point. Prince able to hold the line as he takes a bump. That puck's going to get in deep. Turn back the other way. Evans
nice
cycles
power play
it down
set
low.
up there by Dartmouth.
Yeah, they got that thing firing on all cylinders, in my opinion.
Well, the coaching staff there, a few power play guys in their day. I'm sure they had the X's and O's in between periods there.
Oh, don't be telling people that Mr. Jordan Burke was on the power play down there. A former teammate of mine as well, so all in good fun here. Not actually trying to be disrespectful in any regard, but I think we probably know that by now as Stevens is upended, and up goes the arm of the official.
Here,
And that's a tough break here for the Mustangs as time ticking away here. Last 5 minutes of this one. And they're back. Tripping, probably the easiest call to make, as it's pretty much right in front of you, and it's probably the most obvious as the player just goes down. You see a stick caught in the feet.
With it.
Exactly. Back to the power play. Go the Subarus. Makinen shot there, and Muse was there to make the save. As uses Chukwu was far and was able to find that puck. Now Coach down there on the South Shore Mustangs bench doing a little bit of teaching here. So teaching never stops here in the Development League as that shot from the point gets in behind Muse. The puck's loose. Makinen was heading there, but he wasn't able to get there in time. Good job by the defenders to clear the house there and protect their goaltender here and keep this at a 3-goal lead. Kavanaugh.
Yeah, has them, you know, those defense are pretty aggressive back there on the kill and the getting in the lane, running their routes. Very well structured penalty kill here.
Something tells me they might have been on the penalty kill quite a bit this year. I can't confirm that for sure, but you know, that's where you get your practice. I hate to say it, but you get your.
So it's especially as you get deeper in the playoffs and deeper in rounds. You know, the 5-on-5 goals will tighten up, and you know you got to capitalize on the power play, and you got to kill those penalties off as well on the other side of it. And
let's face it, special teams is a much larger part of the game these days. Not that it wasn't a big part of the game, but you can definitely feel the momentum shift right away when a penalty is called here. As the teams are just like, these players are so skilled and so smart with the puck that, you know, anything can happen out there in the man advantage. But an errant pass now is going to find the stick of Barnes, and 2-on-1 forming here, shorthanded. Barnes tries to flip that into the middle on the backhand, and that puck is now back heading north here for the Subs as Bolts fires that under the legs. There's LeBlanc will pick it up. He's pushed off the puck, and now Mustangs aren't going to take any chances there. They're going to send that the length of the ice. 40 seconds left to go in the man advantage in 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
You can really notice the skill level out here. Everyone can skate now. Everyone can shoot. Everyone can pass, and it's you know, it says a lot about the development around here.
And you know what? A lot of the times, you know, you look at the bottom six, we'll call it. You know, that's usually, you know, when I was growing up, it was your less skilled guys, and there was kind of a role for them now. Yeah, exactly. But now the fourth liners could be a first line on any team.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be able to play with no matter what line you're on.
Absolutely, in and up and down the lineup, and you know, like a lot of opportunities come from an opportunity that you get, and you know, a guy gets injured or whatever the case may be, and you're able to slot up in that top six role if that's the case, and kind of got to make the most of it here, especially at this age.
Yeah, like they say, everyone gets a break. Sometimes you just got to realize when it's your break, right?
Absolutely.
Everyone gets one, though.
That shot there was kicked aside by Lavoie. It's the rebound. Good rebound control from the goaltender. Now is O'Donnell's just going to try and chip that to the other O'Donnell, but now it's going to be into the penalty box there. So O'Donnell will take a little bit of an extra whack. Team folks did a couple here with our guy Mark Moffat, who has stepped away from the game for a little bit. So we'd like to thank him for everything he's done. And I know it's a little bit of a change up for everybody up here, but doing our best to bring you the action. And we wish Mark nothing but the best. And I'm sure we'll see him at some point again over the course of the next few years. So we're back to even strength into the final 2 minutes of play here. Subarus are just going to try and maintain the puck here and shut it down defensively. That bounce pass there. Nice pass, chip into the middle. Aiden O'Donnell, opportunity, forehand shot there off the post. Once again beats Muse, but can't beat the iron. And you got to stop allowing O'Donnell to be in all alone down there.
He doesn't need much time to get that off his stick.
Oh, and that's a credit to some of his offensive success as well as that quick release down there, but also getting himself in positions to win puck battles. And, you know, that's part of the IQ game that they look for. Now we're going to have Brennan O'Donnell was upended behind the net down there.
His leg, so hopefully he's okay.
Yep, that's all we can hope for.
It's always, you know, it's always scary when you see, you know, going to the boards awkward like that.
It's just such a fast game,
yes,
too, Dix.
Exactly. Things happen so quick.
You know, and sometimes you don't even see it coming or you can't prepare for it. But like you said, he was back and he was kind of moving on his own, so that's good. The puck's down in deep here. The Subarus' opportunity out front there was Sanford here late in this one as we're down to almost the last minute. So the comeback feeling a little more distant now than as we're down to the last minute of play here. The Mustangs are going to go to their own zone. Crotty now down the right side. He's going to take that lane up the ice, and he's just going to fire that in deep. Cantway. He's got Sullivan on him. Sullivan going for the hit there, and that's going to be chipped up the walls. McKay will throw a hit there, and he takes down the big man, Mukryakov. And that's going to give.
Big hit there. For so short, you got to keep playing hard in the playoff series. I mean, every shift counts here. You want to get a little momentum, hopefully, to take into next game, and you know, in a playoff series, every hit counts. You want to wear the other team down. So
absolutely, and like you said, in the playoff series, maybe if this was just a one-off, you may just see them ease off a little bit. But like you said, you want to build a little bit of momentum and send a message, if anything, that we're not going anywhere.
That's for sure.
So down to the last 10 seconds, the Subarus are just going to maintain possession here as they're going to fire that cross ice. Now McQueen will just wheel back into his own zone. Peveril on him. Peveril will throw a hit on McQueen down there, and we're going to have some pushing and shoving down there into the corner, but that will do it here. Now we got both corners. A little bit of